Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we've got Cold Palmer to review. This is the team of the year. This is the alt account. He's been packed. This is untradeable, so I'll be going ahead and using him for probably quite a while here. Taking a look at the in-game stats, pace 94 is very high. We've got obviously tech plus and finesse plus. The shooting should be perfect. Shooting's pretty high. It's not absolutely massive. You can go ahead and put a basic on him and give him 99 attack positioning, 95 shot power. You might think that's a little better. I'd rather go for the +8 for the balance to get the dribbling stats as high as they possibly can here. Passing is just about perfect. We've got a very good set of play styles here. Dead ball plus I don't care for. But finesse plus and tech plus are two of the better ones in the game. Incisive minus is great. Relentless I'm actually really a fan of. Flare is fine, I guess, for back heels. And then first touch really good too. So he's missing a couple. You might want tiki-taka, maybe a trickster, quick step, rapid, something like that. But for me, this card looks actually really good. And we've got Shadow Striker ++ and Classic 10. I will be trying out this Classic 10 here. But of course the thing that is going to shock everybody about this card for whether or not I like him is the fact that he is tall and lean at being 6'2". Very much not a card I tend to normally go for. That said, he's got near perfect dribbling stats in most categories, everything but agility as it is. So we're going to take a look at his on-the-ball ability, of course. And it's control and it's precise, but it's heavy. You know, it's what you expect from him. It's not bad, and there's a big benefit to it where, because his touches are so massive, his skill moves travel a further distance, and sometimes he'll just take the ball a little bit further beyond somebody. And with his stature, he might be a little stronger on the ball to knock somebody off. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. It's almost kind of Salah-esque, where you can tell it's not the best in the game. It's still very good. Definitely usable. I should be able to skin some people with it. Is it my favorite? No. Would I use him at striker if he was a striker? Actually, probably yes. He could be my striker for a while. For a cam, would I prefer him even with his perfect stats over Neymar? No. But behind Neymar and Messi and maybe that new Foden, he'd probably be my next favorite cam. Even with the downside of the responsiveness not really being there, he's good enough in other areas to make up for it. So let's get into the review. We'll see what the highlights are like with him. Alright, hello. We're going to be trying out, for the first time, a review with some post-comm. Figuring for a team of the year, you might want some greater in-depth analysis. Let me get the mouse off of the screen. Some greater in-depth analysis. Obviously, these cards are pricey, and you expect to get one of these in and just be an absolute game changer, you know, actually tangibly give you some better results, have them as that kind of marquee player, hopefully get you an extra win, couple wins in weekend league, something like that. So I want to give a greater in-depth analysis. I realize with some of my reviews, it's just kind of, I don't really get to say anything because I'm really focusing on the game, and then the goal goes in, and it's just, oh, what a good goal, and that's kind of it. So to talk a little bit about Palmer here. Now, I have tried out two Team of the Years. We've had Palmer, and then I did that Salah review on the main account. This one's the side account, and I'm going to have Palmer untradeable on this one for a while, so you get to see quite a lot of gameplay with him, but he is, obviously, without question, one of the best players I've used yet this year. He is one of the easier dribblers I've used. It's very consistent, and the tall and lean body type isn't bad. It's actually, once again, one of the more consistent ones. You just need more open space. The reason I normally rank it a little bit lower in the rankings for my favorite body types is just you can't really get him surrounded by a bunch of defenders and then get out of it. You can, of course, if you're doing a let's say like a McGee cancel or something, but for his actual left stick or his L2R2 agile dribbling or anything like that, you can't really get surrounded, so you normally want him a little bit more one-on-one, kind of more isolated against one player. And that works with a Shadow Striker if you keep, you know, enough spaces from everybody. If you get your inside forwards really congested, then sometimes it's a little harder to use Palmer, I think. You just kind of want him at the end of your moves as a striker, as you see, phenomenal first-time shot there. Again, one of the best ball strikers I guess second best ball striker I've used, and Salah's only really better because he's got Trivello, which is an extra benefit here or there, but obviously shooting both feet, finesse plus, you use it, green time, it's going to be a goal pretty much every time. But as I say, one of the easier dribblers, it's just, he's got that clarity. It's very easy to tell when his turns are going to be made. Because the stride's a little bit longer, you're just kind of guaranteed, okay, the ball's this far away from him, this is when his next touch is going to come. And then you perform it, and it's going to do exactly what you think it's going to do. It just takes that little bit longer because the stride is longer. So it's kind of, I guess it's up to you. If you have that more open space, he is perfectly fine. You don't necessarily need a better dribbler. And then you take advantage of him having a higher pace stat than some dribblers. And of course, him being taller takes his skill moves a little bit further. You see there with the McGee cancel, it just goes kind of a pretty long distance. Here he's got such a long stride as he does the little McGee turn. That's some goalie movement. That's unfortunate. Obviously, I scored that near post, but it is what it is. Finesse plus phenomenal. Unless there's goalie movement, sometimes they'll still do save them. But even on this one, you see that through ball to Dino? He does have that little agile turn just to kind of shift it onto the left and play that ball through. So it's not like he isn't agile. It's just his touches take a little bit longer. If you do get him at a really slow pace and then try to do L2R2, he is still really good. Does he come recommended? Absolutely. I think he might be some of the best 2 million coins you can spend right now. The other question for me, considering they're both cam and then kind of on the right side, would be that honorable mention Messi. Palmer's going to be a better shatter. Obviously, he's shatter striker plus, and then he's got the finesse plus. Whereas Messi's kind of playmaker, he's a little bit deeper. You use the incisive plus instead of the, the finesse plus. So it does really depend on your style. But if you have maybe advanced forward support and your striker is not really meant to get in behind all that much, and you see here Palmer he gets clear, even with the goalie movement you see there on the pause screen. Guy moves I think it was Allison to the side. No problem, absolutely. Palmer still slots it by. You see there, phenomenal first touch, sets it up on the left, gets that finesse once again. You'll see that goal kind of pretty frequently with him, I think. On the left, one little touch inside. Should be pretty similar here. Actually takes the shot far post that time, but of course, perfect finishing. Again, he does come very, very recommended. Some of the best 2 million I think you can spend in this game. I love cams. And so would I buy him on the other account? Well, I did Foden, and I do slightly prefer Foden. Foden's a little cheaper, and yes, he's missing maybe the 5-star, maybe the finesse plus, but he's just that much more responsive. I think it would be great to use both of them, though. I wish one of them could play striker, because I would very much consider Palmer up top or Foden up top and the other one at cam. As it is, it's kind of, I could do Palmer, cam, and, Foden right mid. But I kind of prefer that playmaker role right now, I think, a little more, depending on what you do with your striker. If you have a false 9 striker, I think shadow striker is really good. But if you're doing advanced forward, then having playmakers is really decent, because then you get them to play the passes from deeper into the striker. But, to talk a little bit about his actual on-the-ball feel here, that once again, great first touch there. Shifts it onto the left. We're going to see the exact same thing in this move here. Pass across to him. Perfect. It's just consistent. It might be a little hard to tell, but like when you're using him in-game, you just know, oh, he's got that. I know exactly where this touch is going to go. I know exactly where the next one's going to go. Salah didn't quite have that. Salah was just missing. His unique body type makes him a little inconsistent. The ball kind of gets stuck under his feet sometimes, which is just a shame. Between the two, who do I prefer more? I think it's a tie. I think it's kind of a tie between them. But I like the cam roll more, so it's easier to get Palmer involved. As an advanced forward with Salah, he's kind of just finishing moves. I don't get to use him too much for the build-up, whereas Palmer, incisive, really good passing stats. You get to use him in the build-up all the time. You'll see that here. Little give and go. Obviously, end of the match, opponent's a little bit tired. Great first touch, gets it around. He pulls out the goalkeeper a little bit. Of course, that's going to fly top corner, no problem. He's got this great ability to finish moves. I just kind of prefer having players a little bit deeper, and he is deeper sometimes, but you don't really get him on the ball all that much. I think the best way to use him is to kind of just let him get in the box, and then exactly like this, you just get that one little shot off. That's it. He's got phenomenal attack positioning, always gets into the right spots. You do see some pretty good dribbles with him, a little bit of jam in this one. But you do see some pretty decent dribbles with him, I think. Obviously put out a short there for one of his best goals. This one here too, pretty good technical there. Actually keeps the tech pretty close to his feet, so I can do a couple adjustments with it, get it on the left once again. I did shift him out wide for the end of the weekend league, once again, because I'm preferring the playmaker cam. It's not really a detriment to him for how he plays. I like him more than Dino as a cam, but I like Dino's playmaker plus more than Palmer's shadow striker plus for right now for how I'm playing. If you prefer that shadow striker, He might be the best cam in the game, though. I'm trying to think of the other Shadow Striker cams. We've got, like, Pele cards. Not quite going to have Palmer's finishing without the finesse. We've got... who else do we have? We've got Neymar, but he's single plus, and I think Palmer's just going to net you more goals. Neymar may be a little better in build-up and a little better in those tight situations, but then here's Palmer. You get this massive shooting benefit. Is he going to be the absolute, like, you get all kinds of montage goals with him or anything? Is he going to be that, like, star in that way? Probably not. But that, Shadow Striker, if you're using him in that way, and you just kind of get him involved towards the end of your moves, maybe you've got somebody else a little bit better to build up. Maybe you're doing like a 4-4-1-1, and those two center mids are maybe also on playmaker. You get them further forward, and they take some of that responsibility off, and then Palmer can just do his runs from deep, because that's what I love, the runs from deep, right? Because then they're just in so much space as they're moving forward. It's a lot better than when they're just kind of... Oops. It's my video editor, excuse me. But it's a lot better when they're just kind of... When they start from deeper and make that final run, rather than the advanced forward that sits all the way at the top of the line. So I think I like Palmer more than Salah just because I like cams more than strikers. If Salah could play cam, would I prefer Palmer or Salah? I think it'd be a tie between them. Palmer's got slightly better passing with that incisive playstyle. I think Salah with the Trivela just slightly more beneficial. And then it's just, is Tech Plus better in the situation? Is Trickster Plus with the L1 dribbling better in the situation? It's a trade-off either way. You've got the benefit one way, you've got the benefit the other way. Which one's going to score you more goals? It does depend on your playstyle and which situations you get yourself into. But is one better than the other? Not really. They're going to net you very, very similar amounts of goals. So I think, again, if we're looking about 2.1 million for him, some of the best value you can get in the game. I think this card is just phenomenal. Once again, very, very consistent. He's not exactly going to be like a montage and get you all kinds of things. But if you just get him in that box, one little skill move past the center back, set up for the shot, he's going to score it every time pretty much. Phenomenal card. He does come highly, highly recommended. For the price, again, I do think this is some of the better coins you can spend in game. Again, we're thinking like, he's not a cam, but like, okay, this Vinny card is probably about the same price. He's a little bit more expensive. Between the two, I'm just thinking, okay, we're looking 98, 87, 84, 94. These are all higher. I use them on a basic too, so we get him. I use them on an engine, excuse me. Passing's just about maxed out. Pace is in a decent spot, not the same as Vinny, obviously, but then dribbling's in such a better spot. It's just, he's so good. He does come very, very recommended. And I imagine this has to be a good price. I don't see the price of the Team of the Years dropping much from here. Obviously, the one of the big letdowns, Dead Ball Plus, not my favorite playstyle. Not one that I'd rather have. I'd rather that be Incisive Plus. Of course, he probably deserves it, but it is what it is. But yeah, he's just a phenomenal card. Very, very big fan of his in this game. Am I going to buy him in the other account? Probably not, because I'm trying to get away from Shadow Striker, I think. So I would just go for... I've already got that Foden, so it'll either be Foden at cam for me, I'm thinking right now, or we'll go for Messi. The other thing I'm thinking is I splash a whole bunch of coins and go for him and do false 9++ up top, which might be a little bit better post-patch. And in that case, Cole Palmer might be really good, because you're thinking Pele starts up top, drops back, so you get the movement in one direction, and then Palmer starts deep, moves forward, you get the movement in the other direction. So it might just be, like, if you're going that kind of route, Palmer might be just, like, even more stellar than I'm communicating here, but it's so tough, man. It's so tough this year, like, which way you want to set your team up. If you're a fan of his in real life, absolutely value. If you want one of the best cams in the game, absolutely go for it. Is he better than Foden? Is one of them going to score you more goals than the other? No, I think they're very, very similar in terms of how you can, like, get results with them. Foden's just got that benefit of being able to escape in one or two situations. So I'm sure you understand that by now. I'm waffling on a little bit, but hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more of this card, let me know. I might put out some more clip compilations. Just get at me in the comments if you do want that. Once again, I'll be using him, I guess, every weekend from here on out for a while. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Take it easy. Peace.